Look at what's left of this trailer park in southern Mississippi. Dozens of homes gone, not damaged, gone. On the night of May 6th, at least 3 violent tornadoes tore through central and southern Mississippi, and by morning, over 500 structures were either destroyed or inaccessible. Here's what happened and how fast it all went down. The storm system began building during the late afternoon hours of Wednesday, May 6, 2026. A cold front collided with high atmospheric instability across the Gulf region, creating the exact conditions meteorologists feared the most. By 6:41 p.m., radar confirmed the first tornado in southeastern Adams County. Minutes later, a visually confirmed large wedge tornado was spotted near Bud in Franklin County, moving east at up to 50 miles per hour. The National Weather Service office in Jackson tracked at least 3 significant tornadoes crossing the south-central region that night. But here's what made this outbreak especially dangerous. Many of these tornadoes were rain-wrapped. That means residents could not see the funnel approaching. No visible wall of cloud, no warning cone dropping from the sky. Just roaring wind, and then impact. A tornado emergency was declared for parts of Adams and Franklin counties just after 7 p.m. local time. This classification is not a standard tornado warning. A tornado emergency is only issued when a confirmed violent tornado poses an immediate threat to a populated area. The National Weather Service also used the phrase particularly dangerous situation, a rare designation reserved for the strongest, most destructive tornadoes on record. One supercell became the most destructive of the night. It produced a long-track tornado that stayed on the ground for an estimated 45 minutes, crossing from Adams and Franklin counties all the way through Lincoln and Lawrence counties. A tornado on the ground for 45 minutes significantly increases the probability of hitting populated areas, and this one did exactly that. Radar detected a massive debris signature rising thousands of feet into the atmosphere, a confirmed sign of catastrophic destruction at ground level. The community of Bogechito bore the worst of it. A mobile home park there took a direct hit. Drone footage later captured what used to be homes, now twisted metal and splintered wood scattered across open fields. 12 of the state's 17 reported injuries happened at this single location. Survivors described crawling through debris in complete darkness, unable to locate neighbors or family members in the wreckage around them. Crystal Miller was inside her trailer with 6 others, including a baby just 4 weeks old, when the tornado sent the building cartwheeling through the air. "We just flipped and it threw us all out," she said. Her young son was taken to a hospital for monitoring. Another child was injured in the face. The trailer was destroyed, but they survived. In Lamar County, the tornado hit the city of Purvis with devastating force. Approximately 275 homes and 50 apartment units suffered significant damage. The Coletown Baptist Church was nearly leveled, while a congregation was inside preparing for a service. Miraculously, no one inside the church was seriously injured. At least 30 roads in Lamar County remained closed the following morning due to fallen trees and downed power lines. Resident Max Maffey was lying in bed watching TikTok. He heard what he thought was thunder. Then his room was gone. His grandmother suffered an ankle injury. Neighbors were treated for cuts and bruises. The tornado gave no warning, no time to move, no time to shelter. One moment there was a roof above him, the next, open sky. By the time the worst of the outbreak had passed, the storm system had crossed into Alabama, continuing to threaten communities through early Thursday. Back in Mississippi, the damage assessment had only just begun. Emergency officials were counting. Over 800 homes impacted in Franklin and Lincoln counties alone. More than 19,000 customers without power statewide. And in one Mississippi county, a report that nobody wanted to hear, a 1-year-old child was reported missing in the aftermath of the storm. What the morning revealed was worse than what the darkness had hidden. That's in part 2. This is what southern Mississippi looked like at sunrise on May 7th. Entire rows of trailers vanished from their foundations, mangled vehicles, broken utility poles covering roads in every direction. The tornadoes were gone, but what they left behind was still being uncovered, hour by hour. Before sunrise, Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves declared a state of emergency for the impacted regions. The National Weather Service dispatched damage survey teams across Franklin, Lincoln, Lawrence, and Lamar counties. Their mission: confirm the strength, path, and intensity of each tornado that struck the previous night. Preliminary data was already pointing to something serious. At least 2 EF3 tornadoes were indicated in early assessments. The tornado that struck Bogue Chitto and Brookhaven showed peak wind gusts estimated between 140 and 160 miles per hour. EF3 intensity means well-constructed houses are shifted off their foundations. Large vehicles are tossed significant distances. These weren't weak storms. These were violent, long-track tornadoes, moving at up to 60 miles per hour because of the overnight low-level jet stream that intensified wind shear near the surface. Daniel Lamb, a meteorologist at the National Weather Service office in Jackson, confirmed, "We know there were at least 3 tornadoes. The same storm produced at least 2, from Franklin and Lincoln into Lawrence counties. Then there was another one from Lamar, possibly into Forest County." He added, "Those were only the ones radar could confirm before survey teams reached the ground. There may have been more." Before 2026, Mississippi had recorded 62 tornadoes in the year, all of them EF0 or EF1, minor, weak, the kind that break tree branches and damage roofs. The tornadoes of May 6th were something different. Mississippi had not seen storms of this intensity, this widespread, this fast-moving, this well-organized in recent memory. The entire outbreak was triggered by a potent cold front colliding with deep Gulf moisture and strong wind shear at altitude. All 3 ingredients, all at once, after dark. In Lincoln County, Interstate 55 was forced to close for several hours as crews cleared massive debris fields from the southbound lanes. In Lawrence County, US Route 84 was blocked by numerous fallen trees. At least 30 roads remained closed in Lamar County alone. Cleanup crews worked through dangerous conditions, downed power lines still energized, unstable structures, debris scattered across roads and wooded areas in every direction. By 9:30 a.m. Thursday, more than 15,600 power outages were occurring statewide. High-voltage transmission towers in Lincoln County were destroyed, requiring specialized equipment and out-of-state labor just to begin repairs. Economic analysts estimated the total damage toll at over $150 million in Mississippi alone. The cost to repair the power grid, state highways, and municipal water systems alone was estimated at $25 million. Mississippi's timber industry was also hit hard. Thousands of acres of managed pine and hardwood forests were destroyed, snapped down at the base by rotational winds. According to the State Forestry Commission, this represents a long-term economic loss that will take decades to recover. Small businesses in Brookhaven and Purvis remained closed due to power outages and structural damage, compounding daily losses and impacting the local tax base. The Salvation Army deployed emergency disaster services teams to Franklin and Lincoln counties Thursday morning, assessing needs and distributing food and water to first responders working around the clock. The Cajun Navy, a volunteer rescue group, had already deployed a 50-person shelter pod, high-powered generators, and 10